There are three things that you can be doing as a land investor that will improve your business to new levels. And you're probably not doing them or haven't thought about them. And especially number one, when I get to it, I think might surprise you. So let's start off with number three. One of the best things you can do for your business is not have shiny object syndrome. I've seen this happen, especially recently with AI, but even before that with the subdivide space. And I've seen really good operators who have been in the space that are close friends wash out of the business because of it. So, what do you do about this? How do we not get that shiny object syndrome? Because, as business owners, we tend to be curious people. We like to listen to podcasts and we like to educate ourselves and learn new things. Well, I think the best path forward for most people is to add tools to the toolbox without fully stopping to go chase something else, especially if you have something that's working. So I saw this happen a lot with people who had an active flipping or maybe even simple subdivide business and then tried to shift to entitlements or to longer term subdivide plays. And they put everything on hold. They completely stopped what they were doing. They had an active business that was working, that they were making money. And they said, oh, nope, I want this thing instead. And so they stopped doing what was working to go try something new. It didn't perform the way that they thought. It was way more complicated. It took longer to get deals. It didn't pan out, right? There's various things that could have gone wrong or that did go wrong for a lot of these guys. But I think the main thing is they stopped doing what was actively working. Don't stop something that's successful. If you've got it down and it's running and you're making money, keep that going, simplify it, automate it as much as possible. And now you can start to sprinkle in new things and add tools to the toolbox rather than shucking the whole entire toolbox to go chase something new, right? Second, stop spending your own money. This is such a limiting factor for people, and it's wild to me in 2026 that I'm having to say this. There are so many more funders in this space that there used to be. It used to be really difficult to go find money for deals. So for a lot of people today, that is one of the prohibitive things to grow their business is they may only have, let's say they have $100,000 in the bank. And so they're going to go deploy that into one, two, three deals, however many deals. And then they have to sit there and wait with their hands folded and twiddling their thumbs, waiting for deals to sell and come back. So I've seen other people really struggle in this business because maybe they do the first few flips in the first year or two in the business, things are going well, and then all of a sudden they deploy capital. We get into a slower market like we're in now, where maybe it takes an extra 3, 6, maybe even 9 months to sell through a project or to sell through a parcel and to get everything out. And in the meantime, they have to stop everything because they don't have the money to go buy anything else. And so in their mind, they go, well, if I can't make every single dime from the deals, and then it's not worth doing, which is a crazy stance to take. Because if you keep the marketing going, let's say you do use all your money, which I would argue your money is the most expensive money and shouldn't be used for the parcels anyway. Yours should be used for scale and marketing. But let's just assume that that's the case. Okay, your money is stuck here and in those parcels and it's sitting and you can't do anything. That's option one. Option number two is you use your money for marketing. You go out and you get all of these deals. They come back. Now you can be in 10, 12 deals using other people's money. And that, let's say that let's say they're expensive. Let's say they charge 50%, like they want equity. All right. Well, 50% on 12 deals is going to be more than you're probably going to make on your 3 deals with 100% equity anyway. Not that it mattered because you didn't have the capital to get into other deals to begin with. So use other people's money. There are plenty of lenders out there that will do this. Yes, some of them are expensive. Find the cheapest, most flexible money that you can. Be ethical with this. Make sure it's legal. Don't go around taking from whoever, whenever. Make sure you follow the laws of wherever you are and making sure that you have the flexibility to do what you need to do, that sort of thing. But use other people's money. All right. And then lastly, the number one thing that I would say makes the biggest impact on your business is the network that you're in. It's really easy in this business to be stuck in an office like I am here and be working, looking at spreadsheets, sending out your marketing, just doing what business owners do. Number one, that's kind of lonely and you're going to end up burning out probably doing it that way anyway. But this leads to other problems, especially if you're married. Dumping all of your frustrations and your issues that you have in your business to your spouse is going to be detrimental to your business and probably to your marriage or relationship or whoever it is. It doesn't have to be a spouse. And the reason for that is if they're the only source that you have to sit there and vent and to share frustrations that are common in this business, they're going to start seeing this business in a negative light. And it's going to get harder and harder for them to support you being in the business because they're going to see it as this negative thing. Okay, so that's an effect that I don't think a lot of people think about. The guys that I run with, like in the same circles as far as land investing goes, we have each other to talk to. Oh man, this deal fell apart. Can you believe this is happening? This is stuff that happens in the business every single day. So you need to talk to somebody, find people in the space to talk to. I mean, don't just be a venter either. Like the whole point of having a network is the ability to help people. So which leads me to my next point, which is having this massive network makes a massive difference in your business. It means that if I need $500,000 right now for a Subdivide deal, that I have 3 or 4 people that I can call up and say, hey, I've got a deal. Here's the numbers. You know me. You know my track record. Will you lend on this? And I could do that today. Now, you can't do that necessarily from the beginning, but it's why it's important to build this network out over time. It also is going to expose you to different ideas about marketing, different ideas about what tools you should even have in that toolbox. Maybe somebody else is an expert in something and you aren't, and you just look at this deal and you go, well, I can't do what I normally do with this deal, maybe flip, but I know that Jason does subdivides. Let me give Jason a call. Let me shoot this over to him and see if he'd be interested in partnering or can guide me in the right direction. Or it means that I know guys who operate in the same states I do. So I can call and be like, hey, I need somebody to put in a driveway and I need to do it the next 2 weeks. Do you have a guy? And they go, yeah, it's this guy. Go check him out. He's got good pricing. Or they can call me and say, hey, I'm talking to 3 different people bidding this project, doing the dirt work. Have you worked with any of these 3? And I could be like, that guy stole money from me. Don't use him. Those guys were great. So having this network makes a massive, massive, I would say exponential difference in your business. So take the time, connect with people. And this is the easiest way to build that network is just be a resource, make connections for other people, give first. And that network is going to grow way faster than you asking for things all the time and just taking. So be a giver also, but simply making connections for people and being a hub for connections. People are going to come to you with all kinds of things. It's one of the fastest ways that I've grown my business personally. And it was never, I didn't try to build it for that purpose. I generally just enjoyed the business and was trying to give back and make connections where it made sense to and where it would be helpful for other people. And it all ends up coming full circle back to you anyway. So build out that network, take your time, provide value to others, give feedback and help others in this industry. This is one of the kindest niches of real estate I've ever been in my life. The amount of information that people are willing to share and to help with in the land space is insane. It is 10x what I've seen in any other business. Everyone else wants to safeguard all of their stuff and they don't talk about anything and they'll give you really vague answers. And I'm not saying to sit there and call operators and just give me all the breakdown. Where are you working? And like try to take all the things from them. But you can have much more in-depth conversations. One of the most in-depth conversations I ever had was with a complete stranger at the time. Now we're friends. But we sat down at an event, at the Casual Fridays event. And at the time I was about, 200 to 300,000 in revenue. And he was over $1 million. And I just said, hey man, we have pretty similar businesses, but you're at $1 million and I'm at 250, 300. How do I take what I'm doing and scale it to your level? And literally for an hour, we just sat there and talked. And he's like, yeah, have you thought about this? And, how are you doing things now? Okay, when you do it that way, is this happening? Have you noticed these things? How do you think about this? And those conversations are frequent, I would say, in this space. And I'm not saying they don't exist in other circles, but I've been to all these different events, whether it's, notes or it's multifamily or single family. I've never seen this level of go-givers, I guess is the right term that I would use here, than in this space. So build out that network. It'll make a massive difference. It'll pay dividends now and later. That is all I got for you guys in this video. I hope you found this insightful. If you found this insightful, these are the things that we talk about daily inside of the Land Investors Coalition community. It is a live community on Discord where I literally stream. I will go in and go live and I'll go through my deals. I'll go through underwriting. I go through other members' underwriting, marketing. I will help build AI tools out. It's just me working in there, doing what I'm already doing, but I get to do it within a community and help those that are inside of there. If that sounds like something you would like to try out, I've made it super affordable, I think. It's $100 a month. I don't think you will find a better value anywhere else of people actively in the trenches actually doing deals. We have members in there doing a few $100,000 a year, and we have members in there doing multi millions. So it's a good fit no matter where you are in the business. We would love to have you in there if you're one of these people that want to build out that network and actively work with people who are actively doing deals. Hope to see you in there, and I will see you next time.